Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. Today, it is a big doubleheader of games against Chelsea in the Champions League quarterfinal. One thing I've enjoyed about this season is we've played different teams in a lot of the groups and the knockouts, and even in the obviously Club World Cup. It's just been nice, and I think that's because of our pot 1 status. It's given us a different pathway. It's made a lot of difference to me. We're on the page of, I think it's Ryan, isn't it? Ryan Brewster, former Liverpool player, 32 years old in this save. 3 caps for England in the end was all he could unfortunately muster. Let's have a look at his career. We do have a youth intake, but we're going to talk about that in between the 2 games for today, because we got ourselves a doozy, boys. But yeah, just looking at his career. So he started off at Chelsea, interesting. Went on loan to Inter for a bit and then moved to Monaco on a free transfer. Played not once for them. Oh, no, it's a lie. He did in the first season. Not in the second season, though. Went on loan to Newcastle before moving permanently to Benfica, where he had a pretty solid time of it, in all honesty. And then eventually Newcastle did get their man for £33 million. And in all honesty, he's had an Indian summer to his career. Look at that. 18 Premier League goals when he was probably in his nearly 30, and then grabbed himself 11 the following year, and he's already got 8 on the board this year. He's having the best part of his career pretty much is in the latter stages with Newcastle, so fair play to the lad. Also, since it is the start of, well, it's not the start of the week, but I forgot to do it at the start of the week, time to thank new patrons. This week it is Darth Joey Jojo, which is an incredibly interesting name. Thank you for joining up on the Patreon. That is awesome, and thank you to everybody that is still over there. That is incredible. I really do appreciate it. You have no idea. So thank you to everybody as well that's still watching this save. That's awesome. Don't worry, I do have some plans for if this one should start to subside to the point where it becomes untenable. I've got a sort of a very different type of save that I wouldn't mind trying out. I might talk about that a bit more later in this episode. Our record of battering teams in the league just continues. A 4-0 victory away at Swats, Pereira, Gorosito, Treverio, and Federico Grandi. We just seriously, I can't imagine. It's crazy just how many different goal scorers we get in every single game. They spread the goals around so well. We then added a 3-0 victory over over Pogon. A goal from the Llama, nice to see. Fabinho scored a penalty, which was good, and then Treverio grabbed a late one for us again. Then it was more of the same, a 4-0 victory away at Lechia, another 4 goal scorers, Treverio, Pereira, Fopossi, and Blaise Lisic making a return to the squad with a goal. He's finally back. He is fit just about to play in the first leg against Chelsea. Waterberg is not, unfortunately, so we're still lacking a bit on that side, but I think just having Lisic back will make a huge difference. And lastly, our sort of reserve team smashed their way 3-0 into the Polish Cup final. Goal from Garcia, one for Zwigawa, and another one for Carroll. I think that takes him to 10 goals this year for Carroll. I think we've already got 7 players into double figures this season, which is mental. I've got to say, I think someone's going to get close to 30, but I'm not sure if it's going to be quite possible. Definitely going to have more than one break 20 though. Just very quickly, the league is looking like this. 10 points clear of Lech, still having a great season they are. They're miles clear of everybody else. Katowice are falling off the wagon, unfortunately. It's a bit annoying. They really have struggled in the last few matches, really just dropping points left and right. I still think they'll be good for a top 5, but they're pretty much surrendering 3rd spot at the moment. Firmino could still be in, though, for top scorer in the division, which is saying something, considering he's only started like 14 matches and he's got 14 league goals. Right, let's get into Chelsea. Let's get things going, lads. Pep Guardiola's Chelsea, I should point out, which is a bit perturbing, I've got to say. This is the home leg, we're going to go with this system. For the away leg, we'll play this more slightly defensive system, but we've got to try and impose ourselves on the home leg. Pereira, Lisic, you can see he's not fully match fit, but he's getting there. I still prefer Gorosito up here than I do Treverio. I really do. So we're going to go with a Roscoe in there. For Posse, Silva, Alvarezine, Freitas, Falvella, who has just been causing all kinds of problems. He got a wage hike due to getting a game for Italy, and I feel like he might still have to go at some point because he's such a troublemaker, unfortunately. Chabal and Iglesias. On the bench, we're going to go with Idchak, Rosa, Restrepo, Firmino, The Llama, Treverio, and of course Alan Olivier, who also got his first international call-up, and his first cap, and his first goal. So he's now a Swiss international. Well done, Alan. Bravo, son. There's a lot of first international caps. Pereira also got his first international cap and, not cap, but goal. There's one other guy that did it too. I can't remember who. This is not looking like it's going to be an easy time. Basically, they're playing this type of system. We generally is one of the ones I'm a little bit concerned about, but we'll just have to do our best, I suppose. I feel like in the past we've beaten better teams than Chelsea. This Alessio Piccarozzi does sound brilliant. His name is brilliant. Let's just take a quick gander at him while we've got a chance. Someone said they wanted to see him a little while ago anyway. So this is Alessio Piccarozzi. He's an Italian international, 24 years old. Came through at Roma, and I mean, look at that. 14 goals in the Premier League, 7 and 7 in the Champions League too. He is a pretty much godlike striker. I mean, for all we know, Chelsea might not be that good, but I sense that they probably are. Sadly, though, our under-19 squad did finally lose in the UEFA Youth League, but they've never got as far as this before. They got to the quarterfinals and were beaten 2-0 by Schalke. They knocked out Chelsea 5-3. They also beat, I think it was Dundalk. Or Cork, one of those teams. They beat them 8-2, so that was a fairly straightforward one for them. But it's nice to see us progressing with the youth team too. Chelsea keeping a lot of the ball, but we're having the shot so far. Pereira, can he knock it back inside? He surely can. He's going it alone and he scored. I mean, sure. Ibrahima Pereira. Wait, why would it be disallowed? What would it be disallowed for? Unless he was offside when he received the ball. I think it has been given. He's picked it up, dribbled inside, and then just shot. That's been given, right? No, yeah, it has. Sorry, for some reason it didn't. Usually it will... The things... Yes, 21st goal of the season. Well done. Right, okay, good. Sorry, that was all very confusing. We've started incredibly strongly, and Pereira's scored a goal for us. We've got an early lead. Oh, we could... Chabal drills it wide, and now it's going to do that thing where bloody... it stays up for the entire game. Okay, well, it's all going well for us so far, sort of, but they do still have so much of the football. But what I would say is 3/4 of their shots so far have been from range, which is a good sign. Well, that's going to be the equaliser for him, isn't it? What an insane stop. I tell you what, Iglesias has really shown a lot since he finally got that goalkeeping jersey off of Franceschi. What I would say is I'm starting to understand maybe why my assistant keeps wanting to put Treverio in instead of Gorosito. Gorosito's had another poor performance today. Not great. Let's have a look. So very much down this right-hand side is their dominance. Maybe we can do something about getting in a bit harder on him and maybe going after Greenidge too. I'm honestly tempted to make the switch now because he just doesn't look at the races there, and I don't really know why. A second half with some slight improvements. Defensively, we definitely need to... We've been pretty strong defensively, but we need to see what we're capable of. Maybe that change will make the difference. Maybe a few little defensive options just with the who we're marking is going to make a difference for us as well. We'll see. Point is, we've got the lead, something to hang on to. Into the channel, Chabal wins it nicely. Here we go. Oh, we've got to look into the... Those are the chances where we need to be looking behind for Pereira. Gorosito used to play those, but what a ball for Chabal. Go on, son. Find a good cross. Leesik's header. Oh, I've missed that. Albarracin to Orozco, and you feel like we're just starting to be... We've been better in this second period, actually. A bit more controlled. Possession's been a tiny bit better. Leesic driving through, and... Oh! Could be a penalty. Come on. Yes! Leesic's won us the penalty, and he will take it. He's missed a few, but Fernino's missed more. If Blaise Leesic comes back and scores the penalty here, this would be massive. Leesic steps up, and it's a great save from Simons. That's frustrating. We really should have been putting that away. He won the penalty. He should have been finishing it. We haven't really had a consistent penalty taker for a while in this team, and that is a frustrating moment for us. It's actually really calm play from Chelsea. And Albarracin's done well, though, and he's found Leesic. Can he do it again? Goes round a few. Can he get the ball across? He does. Pereira! Oh, beautiful. It now is 2-0. Ibrahima Pereira with his 22nd goal of the season. He really does rise to the big occasions, doesn't he? He got 4 goals against Barca. This is all down to Albarracin and Leesic, though. But Blaise Leesic, just getting it. Why has he got the assist? Oh, that's the first one. Pereira gets across with a lovely header. Lovely stuff. 2-0 up against Chelsea now. I think we deserve that. We've ridden our luck at times, it has to be said. Leesic's ball in. Freitas! Oh, goodness me. It's 3-0. Alberto Freitas. And that could be key. Leesic with his 2nd assist of the night. He makes such a huge difference to this team. What a ball in. Freitas with a massive header. And that is a massive moment. 3-0 up. No, it could have been 4. This reminds me so much of that Monaco game where we got 4-0 up in the first leg. Get the win, though. See this out, get that clean sheet. 3-1 is not anywhere near as good. 3-0 is a very, very difficult lead to overcome. Well played. Pereira, can we get a 4th goal? What's he thinking? He's got Leesic ahead. He's played the ball. Leesic's in. Oh, what a great stop. We really should be 4-0 up now. We really have turned the screw in this second period. Brilliant stuff. Everybody getting back and tracking. Chabal does reasonably well. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, wow. That's just fortunate. Leesic has run himself into the ground today for this team, and bloody hell are we grateful. 2 assists on the night. He won a penalty, which he then missed as well. He could have had more. 10 seconds left. Simons looks long. Albarracin will knock that down. Patience. Nice. Couple of seconds to go. Just see this game out of 3. That is a huge win. Polonia 3, Chelsea 0. We've made them look very average there, and it should have been 4-0. We should have scored the penalty as well. Great performance from Leesic from a creative standpoint, though. Pereira got the goals. Yes! Brilliant stuff. Right. Games off camera, second leg, and a youth intake. First up, 2-0. Over Gornick, lovely old job, Federico Grani and Fernino with a penalty. As always, we win a lot of penalties. And we then added a nice 2-0 victory away. Arca in there as well, Fernino with a goal and Federico Grani with the goal. They've been doing a good job of filling in. Iglesias could set a record for clean sheets this season too. Isn't Treverio meant to be Trivago? No, no idea what you're talking about. On the subject of Leesic and the national team, I have a Ballon d'Or winning inside forward that can't get in the national team despite 130 caps because the new coach only plays a 4-4-2. Yeah, I feel like there's a certain point where you think that the coach would start trying to include the best, probably one of the best players in the country. And I kind of feel like Blaise Leesic has got to be one of the best Polish players. He's just won a European Golden Boy, and he still can't get into the Polish national team, into actual squads. Yet Karol has 17 caps now, and Zviggy has 24 caps, and 17 goals for Poland as well. And yet Leesic has got 2 and has never scored a goal. The quicker that manager gets out of there, the better. Could you also update us some big transfers in the league from other teams? Yes, something I might start doing actually is doing like a roundup of the other leagues' big transfers. I wish there was, is there a menu that lets me see that kind of stuff, specifically about all the other teams at once? Because if there is, I'd be very interested. Actually, here we go, we can see. So Maciej Kutera moved from Lech Poznan to Southampton, rising to £12 million. There was Petkovic leaving Everton to join Katowice for 6.5. There was Vladimir Mercier joining Lech Poznan from LA Galaxy for £6 million. Burnley signed... Legia signed a couple of lads from Burnley and Krasnodar for big money as well in there too. Obviously, we sold. Leonardo went to Katowice for £4 million. Some insides. Oh no, wait. There's Włodarczyk left Lech to go to Valladolid. Yeah, a fair amount. But we're also bringing in a lot of players too, which is nice to see. So that's useful. Can you show us the GKS manager? It'd be nice to see the guy that's finally got them playing good football. You spoke too soon. They've been rubbish lately, but yes. Their current manager is this guy, Wojciech Trosim, who, well, I mean, he's pretty much been... He was a player in Poland during this save, in fact. Actually played for GKS back in the day too, which is kind of interesting. Never had any real success as a player. He's played for some decent size. Eventually managed Vigori for a bit, then Zag, which was quite cool, then Corona, and now GKS. And he's done a decent job for GKS so far. Maybe he's finally the one, but they are on a bit of a poor run at the moment. Right, youth intake. You're seeing it on your screen now. It said, what did it say? Looks to be could be emerging as one of the best players of his generation. And I thought, okay, I can't remember what that one meant, but it sounded good, and it was. And this is he. This is Rafael Maka, who has the same surname as that amazing goalkeeper that Lech had that now plays for Stoke, I think. He's pretty good, really. 16-year-old right back. He's consistent. He's got 2-star current ability too. Some really decent physical stats. He's only 5'9" though. Decent crossing. His dribbling isn't amazing, but there's a lot to like about Rafael Maka, and I think he could make an excellent addition to the squad on that right-hand side. He does have the mercenary personality. I've got him in a special mentoring group that I'm putting a lot of our young players in that's got like... some influential players with like driven, resolute and perfectionist personalities to try and rub that off, because we don't really want young mercenaries trying to leave. But I think Maka pretty bloody good in all honesty. I'm really pleased with that. Still no foreign players from all of those affiliates though. Not once for the entire save have we seen one. What's the point in them then? Right, Chelsea. We're in a good spot right now. PSG and Real Madrid are currently through into 1-0 up from their first leg. We're in a very good position, but we still can't afford to be complacent here. So with that in mind, we're going to move to this approach. Do that. Everyone should be fit. Pereira, Lisik. I'm going to go with him in there because I feel like he deserves to. For Posse, you'll move Gorosito deeper, see if this actually works. Silva, Albarracin, Freitas, Favela, Shaber, and Iglesias. And on the bench, we're going to go with Pereira. Sorry, not Pereira. On the bench, we're going to go with Olivier, The Llama, Orozco, Fernino, Rosa, Restrepo, and Ichak. Nice old job. But in case some of you that were wondering about what I might do after this because of the length of time and depending on when this save finishes, I'm planning to do a save that's something I've never really done before, where I'm going to do a save. It's going to be a one-season challenge, but the actual save will still be fairly long due to the way I'm going to do this. Pereira's in behind already. Can he get a good touch out of his feet? Blasted it over the bar. But the idea is we take over a team like, I think I'm going to do Huesca or something like that, who are in the relegation struggle. But I'm going to control everything. Like training, we're going to manage all the friendlies, we're going to build a tactic from scratch, and you're going to see it all. It's not going to be a live save per se, because it's still going to be heavily edited, but I'm going to show you a lot more than I would normally do to try and build up the story over a season, essentially, where we could end up doing 30 episodes still. That's going to be the plan. I think it'd be quite fun to try out something a little bit different, and that's what I'd quite like to do. So you'd see us build up a tactic from scratch, doing the friendlies and stuff, going through the analysis and whatnot. Picarozzi's throw this time, and Iglesias again. Wasn't called into action that time, though. But yeah, that's definitely what I'd like to try and do, just for a bit of fun, essentially. We've won the ball. Here we go. Pereira. We've got support flying down the other side. It's Treverio. He's got Lisik ahead of him. He's going to have to cut back across. Pereira's gone way too deep, and it's a great save from Simons again. We've looked very, very good on the break against Chelsea so far, and that is pleasing. Lisik whips one in. Pereira's header. He's completely free again. We should have scored. If we score one goal, I feel like this is done. One of the other reasons I want to do that Huesca save is that I really enjoyed the way we did stuff with Fulham, but I felt like because I was doing too many games in an episode, I wasn't able to show you as much as I wanted to, and I want to learn about parts of the game that I'm not using as much, so I will control training, I'll control every minutia we're going to do, because I want to show you that this game is more than just what we show here, and I feel like that's a good way of doing it. And I want to learn about this, and I want you guys to learn along with me, hey, and educate me as well. I just think it'd be a fun idea for something a little bit different to do for a little bit before FM20 comes out, you know? And if it goes well, then hey, we'll try some stuff in future. I think it would still allow us to build up a really tight, intense story over the course of one season. Almost like a Netflix documentary, you know? I gotta say, this game has been dull as anything, but Chelsea have done nothing in this so far. We've been as good as we've needed to be, really, and no better than that. Albarracin, we only really ran away with the Southampton one at the very, very end. They really kept it tight against us, and it looks like it's going to be a 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge. For a team that needed to win this match against us, they've been pretty piss poor. Really strong performance. I don't know why they'd even win man of the match, but there you go. We are through. As are Leipzig. That's kind of cool. I would like to play Leipzig in the semi-final, just because, again, it'd be someone different. Right, we're through. Let's go to the draw. Okay, semi-final draw. So it's Real Madrid, PSG, and RB Leipzig. I would love to play Leipzig, just because it's someone different. But I have a feeling it's going to be Real Madrid. And Leipzig, yes, it's actually bloody happened. We're getting a really nice Champions League draw this time around. Not even in terms of the difficulty, perhaps, but just it's different teams. So we're playing Leipzig in the semi-final. They're a good side as well. And for a chance in another Champions League final, which would be quite impressive. I actually thought that we would struggle to get past the quarterfinals this year. I just feel like the After the Lord's Med show would kind of come back at us. But no, we are continuing to be a force in Europe, and that is really, really pleasing. But we really can't do it alone. We need our Polish brethren to come and help us, and they've been piss poor this year. So, of course, that's going to be the next episode. Amazingly, we've got Leipzig, and then we've got a cup final in midweek in between. In between them, which is going to have to be a rotated team against Katowice. So that would be kind of interesting, actually, if Katowice were to beat us in the cup final, because that would guarantee them Europe. They're having a good season regardless, but we are as well. We've still only lost one game this year, and that was to Lech Poznan. God damn, imagine if we hadn't lost that. We could have done an entirely unbeaten season. But there you go. So if you've enjoyed this, and I really hope you have, I think that was a really solid performance over 2 legs against Chelsea to get through to the semi-finals for a second year in a row. Brilliant stuff. Drop a like. That would be brilliant. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for a pair of matches against Leipzig for a shot at another Champions League final. That would be brilliant. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.